Welcome back to AI Reviews. Like always, I am your host, Lee. Today we are having an AI review. You're cordially invited 4 times, ranging from loving it to hating it. This is an upcoming Amazon original movie releasing on January 30th, 2025. Let's see what the AI thinks about it.
You're Cordially Invited is a vibrant and cheerful film that perfectly encapsulates the joy and pandemonium of a wedding gone awry. Directed by the gifted Nicholas Stoller and starring the dynamic duo of Will Ferrell and Reese Witherspoon, this comedy is a heartfelt celebration that captivates from beginning to end. The movie revolves around a delightful yet disastrous mix-up. 2 weddings double-booked on the same day at the same venue. The ensuing chaos is fertile ground for comedy, and Stoller navigates this with a deft touch, ensuring that the laughter is constant, but the emotions are real. Will Ferrell, as the loving yet overzealous father, delivers a performance that is both uproarious and touching. His commitment to his daughter's perfect wedding day leads to a series of comedic escapades that are hilariously relatable. Reese Witherspoon, as the wedding planner and sister of the other bride, is a powerhouse of organization and ambition. Her character's determination to pull off the best wedding ever makes for some of the film's most memorable moments. The interplay between her character and Ferrell's is a comedic goldmine, providing not just laughs, but also a look into the complexities of family relationships and expectations. Geraldine Viswanathan and Meredith Hayner, who play the brides, add a layer of charm and sincerity. Their portrayals of young women caught in an extraordinary situation are filled with nuance and warmth. The way their stories intertwine, challenging and changing each other, adds depth to what could easily have been a one-dimensional comedy. Nicholas Stoller's direction shines as he balances the film's comedic elements with its aesthetic appeal. The setting, a beautifully chaotic wedding venue, is used to full effect, creating a visually appealing backdrop that complements the film's upbeat mood. The cinematography is vibrant, capturing the festive decorations and chaotic scenes with clarity and beauty, making the venue itself feel like a character in the midst of the madness. The script is another highlight, brimming with witty dialogue and clever situations that resonate with anyone who has experienced the stress and joy of planning a big event. Each line and scene builds on the last, weaving a tapestry of humor that also touches on themes of love, commitment, and family. The soundtrack of the film deserves a mention too, with upbeat tracks that underscore the festive atmosphere of the film. The music selections are thoughtful, enhancing the scenes with an auditory backdrop that pulls the viewer deeper into the emotional highs and lows of the story. In conclusion, You're Cordially Invited is a film that does more than just entertain. It reminds us of the beauty of coming together, the strength of family bonds, and the unforgettable memories that can come from even the most chaotic circumstances. It's a movie that brought me immense joy and made me appreciate the wild, wonderful journey of life and love. This film didn't just make me laugh. It lifted my spirits and left me with a renewed appreciation for the power of cinema to evoke joy and celebration.
Nicholas Stoller's You're Cordially Invited attempts to navigate the chaotic charm of a double-booked wedding venue with a vibrancy that only partially succeeds. While the film delivers some laughs and showcases a visually appealing palette, its directorial decisions and cinematography, though ambitious, fall short of enhancing the narrative depth. The film leverages a lively color scheme that mirrors the festive chaos of its setting. This choice in cinematography is commendable for its brightness and ability to draw the viewer into the whirlwind of wedding preparations. However, the execution feels somewhat superficial, as the visual flair often overpowers the subtleties of character development that are crucial in a comedy centered around personal relationships and misadventures. Stoller's direction is energetic, which fits the film's premise well, but this same energy sometimes leads to a frenetic pace that can be jarring. Scenes that might have benefited from a more nuanced touch are instead rushed through, with key emotional moments feeling glossed over. This is particularly noticeable in scenes involving deeper interactions between Will Ferrell's and Reese Witherspoon's characters, where the potential for more poignant, character-driven humor is sacrificed for the sake of visual gags and rapid-fire dialogue. Moreover, while the ensemble cast does a commendable job of navigating the script, the direction doesn't always serve them well. The characters, though played by capable actors, are often relegated to caricatures by a script that prioritizes spectacle over substance. This is a significant misstep in a film that hinges on the audience caring about its central characters' outcomes. The film's pacing further exemplifies this issue, While a fast pace is often a staple of comedies, You're Cordially Invited pushes this to the limit, leaving little room for the narrative to breathe. This relentless pace makes it difficult for the audience to connect with the characters on a meaningful level, turning what could have been a heartwarming comedy into a series of disjointed comedic set pieces. Cinematographically, the film sometimes relies too heavily on conventional shots that fail to capitalize on the potential creativity of the chaotic setting. While certain sequences stand out for their clever use of framing and movement, these moments are too few and far between, overshadowed by a general predictability in visual storytelling that does little to complement the film's thematic ambitions. In conclusion, while You're Cordially Invited is a visually engaging and energetically directed film, it lacks the directorial finesse required to make the comedic dynamics truly resonate. Stoller's previous works have shown a better balance of pacing and character focus, making this film's shortcomings in these areas particularly disappointing. It's a festive watch that might entertain those looking for lighthearted escapism, but for those seeking a comedy with depth and craft, it may not hit the mark.
Nicholas Stoller's You're Cordially Invited presents a comedic scenario ripe for laughter with its tale of two simultaneous weddings clashing at one venue. While the film sets the stage for an uproarious comedy, it stumbles in its technical execution, diluting the impact of what could have been a sharply executed comedic gem. The film's cinematography is vibrant, filled with colorful shots that visually echo the chaos and exuberance of a wedding. The cinematographer uses a dynamic range of angles and movements to capture the high energy of the scenario. However, this constant movement sometimes overshadows the quieter, more poignant moments between characters, making it hard for the audience to find a breath and connect deeper with the film's emotional undertones. Editing in You're Cordially Invited is hit or miss, with some cuts creating a jarring experience that disrupts the narrative flow. The film struggles to maintain a consistent rhythm, rushing through significant emotional developments and lingering too long on less impactful scenes. This erratic pacing not only confuses the viewer but also detracts from the comedic timing, which is crucial for a film reliant on situational humor. Sound design, although generally fitting with its upbeat and lively tracks, occasionally clashes with the dialogue. Important conversational exchanges are lost under the swell of music and background noise, especially during crucial comedic or dramatic moments. This misalignment in sound levels can frustrate viewers who are trying to engage fully with the storyline and character dynamics. The screenplay, while sprinkled with potential laugh-out-loud moments, often resorts to predictable and cliched jokes that fail to leverage the unique setup of the film. The dialogue lacks crispness, and the comedic punches are telegraphed far too obviously, lacking the subtlety and surprise that elevate a comedy from good to great. Despite these shortcomings, the production design deserves praise. The set is meticulously crafted, capturing the opulent and over-the-top nature of wedding celebrations. Each wedding setup within the venue is detailed and distinct, reflecting the personalities of the respective parties involved. This attention to detail in the visual aspects of the weddings adds a layer of authenticity and charm to the film. In summary, You're Cordially Invited is a film that, while entertaining, fails to fully realize its comedic potential due to technical shortcomings. The issues with pacing, sound, and script writing hinder what could otherwise be an engaging comedic experience. For those seeking a lighthearted film, it may serve as a casual entertainment option, but for those looking for a comedy that is both engaging and technically sound, this film may fall short.
Nicholas Stoller's You're Cordially Invited assembles a stellar cast for what should have been a rollicking ride through wedding chaos but ends up being a textbook case of wasted potential. With industry giants like Will Ferrell and Reese Witherspoon at the helm, expectations were high for a fresh, inventive comedy. Unfortunately, the film delivers a lukewarm rendition of all too familiar wedding gags and leaves much to be desired in both substance and style. The film's premise is ripe for comedic gold: a wedding venue double-booked for two weddings, leading to a frenetic clash of bridal parties. However, the execution falls flat, with Stoller seemingly reluctant to venture beyond the conventional boundaries of slapstick and situational comedy. The resulting product feels like a lazy rehash of previous wedding comedies, lacking originality and failing to elicit the belly laughs one expects from such a promising setup. Will Ferrell, known for his dynamic comedic presence, is surprisingly subdued here. His portrayal of the bride's father, Jim, is formulaic, relying on predictable jokes and overplayed physical comedy that never quite hits the mark. Reese Witherspoon, as the overbearing wedding planner, is similarly stifled by a script that doesn't allow her to showcase her true comedic talents. Instead of the sharp, witty dialogue that could have played to Witherspoon's strengths, the screenplay confines her to cliched, tiresome exchanges that add little to her character's depth or the film's humor. The direction and cinematography, which could have injected some much-needed vibrancy into the film, instead contribute to its overall blandness. Stoller's direction lacks the ingenuity seen in his earlier works. It feels as though he's going through the motions without truly engaging with the material. The cinematographic choices are equally uninspiring, with standard shot-reverse shot setups that do little to enhance the storytelling or amplify the comedic elements. Moreover, the film fails to capitalize on its ensemble cast, missing opportunities to explore the comedic chemistry between characters. The interactions often seem forced, with actors delivering lines in a vacuum, devoid of the timing and reaction shots necessary to land jokes effectively. This lack of cohesion not only dampens the film's potential hilarity but also prevents the audience from connecting with the characters on a meaningful level. In terms of advancing the comedy genre, You're Cordially Invited does little to push new boundaries or offer innovative perspectives. At a time when audiences crave clever, thoughtful humor that subverts expectations, the film plays it safe, settling for a superficial exploration of themes that have been explored with greater success in other works. This conservative approach is particularly frustrating given the current landscape of comedy, where innovation is not just welcomed but expected. In conclusion, You're Cordially Invited is a disappointing endeavor that underutilizes its talented cast and squanders a potentially unique take on wedding day disasters. It's a film that feels like a relic of past comedic eras, failing to deliver the modern twists or insightful humor needed to make it stand out. For fans of Farrell, Witherspoon, and Stoller, this film might offer brief moments of amusement, but it ultimately serves as a reminder of how high the bar is set for comedy and how far this film falls short of reaching it.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment for more videos like this and the real review once it releases. I tend to have at least 2 videos out per week, AI reviews like this or real reviews depending on releases. Until next time.